back to the Dallas Bird Dog Recap Show with your host, Io Torrent, bringing you the news and notes. Jumping right in, we have a quick look at the current standings up to this point. Over in the South Division, the Tijuana Luchadors are up 3-1. Bondi Beach Buccaneers right behind them at 2-2, but tied right behind them, the Dallas Bird Dogs, 2-2, 500 on the season, with the Norfolk Seawolves coming up in the rear at 0-4. Over in the North Division, the Minnesota Grey Ducks are continuing their dominance with a 4-0 record to kick off the season. The Portland Pythons right behind them at 2-1. Kansas City Coyotes 1-2, and the London Royals coming up in the rear at 1-3. Let's go into Week 2, where the Dallas Bird Dogs took on the Norfolk Seawolves in a high-powered offensive matchup, with Ricky Stanzi coming out as the offensive player of the game. He went 29-44, 480 yards and 6 touchdowns to continue his quarterback absolute stampede on the season. Defensive player of the game was Hakeem Webb, rookie out of Dallas, cornerback, 2 tackles, 1 interception, 1 forced fumble. Getting right into the game, Dallas Bird Dogs came out strong in the first quarter with the Cliff Burton 19-yard pass from Ricky Stanzi. Then a field goal by kicker Tay Knotts from Norfolk made it 7-3. Still in the first quarter, 44-yard field goal by Simon Howell puts the Dallas up 10-3 with Malachor the Hero, rookie 8-yard pass from Malcolm Savage, quarterback, makes it tied 10-10. Cliff Burton will end the first quarter with a 20-yard pass from Ricky Stanzi to go up 17-10. In the second quarter, not a lot of scoring in this quarter as Norfolk got the only points in the entire quarter with a 35-yard field goal from Ty Knotts to go 17-13. In the third quarter, Cliff Burton 41-yard bomb from Ricky Stanzi to go up 24-13. In the third quarter, rookie receiver 11 Kendrick Watts 9-yard pass from Ricky Stanzi go up 31-13 Dallas. In the fourth quarter, field goal by Simon Howell with 39 yards puts them up 34-13. Ivan Tosevich got a passing touchdown from Stanzi, 41-13. Malcolm Savage 84-yard run to get Norfolk the last points that they would see in this game, but an absolute good run there, 41-20. And to finish the game, Cliff Burton gets another 2-yard pass from Stanzi to end the game at 48-20. On the rushing in for Dallas, Tashawama had 16 attempts, 89 yards with 0 touchdowns. Jamie Nodello had 7 attempts, 15 yards. And on the receiving end, Cliff Burton, big game, 8 receptions, 134 yards, 4 touchdowns on the 41-yard long. Tostovich, 6 receptions, 191 yards, and a touch. Rookie tight end McGuire got himself 35 yards. Defo Leroy 43 yards. And Kendrick Watts, 44 yards and a touchdown. Over on the defensive end, it was all rookie Cyragos, 9 tackles for Dallas. Luke Watterson had 8 tackles with 2 for loss. Masher, quarterback, had 3 tackles. J.J. Jameson for the defensive line had a single tackle. Moving on to Week 3, the Dallas Bird Dogs take on interdivisional rival Bondi Beach Buccaneers in a pretty decent game, but a little lopsided towards the end. In the first quarter, a 39-yard field goal by Simon Howell for Dallas put him up to 0-3. Squidward Tentacles, 9-yard pass from Dexter Zyron puts up Bondi Beach 7-3 with another field goal by Simon Howell on the Dallas side, 7-6. In the second quarter, Bondi Beach starts getting rolling with a Tron Carter 14-yard run, 14-6. Tony Dominson, 20-yard pass from Dexter Zyren to go up 21-6, with Dallas coming in a little bit towards the at the end of the first half with Baneri Tenshowama, captain, 1-yard run, 21-13. Cliff Burton, 75-yard bomb. It is just too easy for those two. From Ricky Stanzi, 21-20. Close game at the end. No scoring in the third, but then all Bondi in the fourth quarter with a Guy Gibson 68-yard interception return for a touchdown that put Bondi up 28-20. Jim Odillo got a 1-yard run to get it up 28-28, but Squidward Tentacles would be the one that would break the Camel's back. 15-yard pass from Dexter Zion with 8 minutes and 5 seconds to put him up 35-28. And the final points of the game was another James Sharkey 22-yard interception return for a touchdown. The Bondi Beach defense takes on Ricky Stanzi in the high-powered offense, but comes out on top to win 42-28. Offensive player of the game was the quarterback from Bondi Beach, Dexter Zayen, who went 25-34 for 322 yards and 3 touchdowns. And the defensive player of the game, Guy Gibson, quarterback, 7 tackles, 1 interception, and a 1 touchdown. Over on the Dallas side, Stanzi did have a pretty good game with 416 yards and a touch, but unfortunately, those 4 interceptions were too much to come back from. On the rushing end, there wasn't a whole lot here on the running game for Dallas, as Seaosn only had 26 yards and a touch. Jaden Ordello had 24 yards and a touchdown. But it is the dynamic duo, the Batman and Robin. I don't care which is whom, but Tostovich, 143 yards in the air, with Cliff Burton following up with 117 yards through the air and a touchdown. D4 Leroy Lira wasn't going to be left behind this game, as he got himself 6 receptions for 92 yards, as teams are trying to figure out what to do to cover the two big wideouts for Dallas. Over on the defensive side, Luke Watterson comes out on top with 7 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and a sack. Quarterback rookie Dalbu Getty had 7 tackles. Masher 6 tackles. Saqib Webb rookie had himself a good game with 5 tackles. And in the 4th game of the season, the Dallas Bird Dogs will take on the powerhouse that is the Minnesota Grey Ducks in a back-and-forth game in this one, with Ivan Tostovich starting the game off in the first quarter with 11 minutes, went 7-yard pass from Stanzi to go up 7-0, but Minnesota will come right back with their stud running back John Huntsman, 6-yard pass from Casimir Oles Jr. to go up to tie it up 7-7. Ivan Tostovich will come right back with a 2-yard pass from Stanzi to go up 7-14, but second quarter, Minnesota just starts rolling. Ricky Stanzi gets tackled for a safety to start the onslaught. John Huntsman, 3-yard run for a touchdown. John Huntsman for another 3-yard run for a touchdown to put him up 23-14. Cliff Burton tries to get in the mix with a 1-yard pass from Stanzi to get a little bit of comeback at 23-21, but a field goal to end the first half by Levi Tate. A 40-yard field goal of 26-21. In the third quarter, it was a 43-yard field goal from Levi Tate to start it off, 29-21. Vincent Sharpie Jr., 51-yard pass from Casimir Oles Jr. puts Minnesota up 36-21 to be a little too much, because Vincent Sharpie would have another one. 14-yard pass from Casimir. Minnesota's up 43-21, 13 minutes in the game. But Ivan Tostovich tries to make it a little bit of a comeback with 5 minutes from a 16-yard pass from Stanzi, but they just couldn't get it done. No more offense for the rest of the game, as Minnesota takes this one 43-28. Offensive player of the game, Casimir Oles Jr., quarterback from Minnesota, went 20 for 31, 358 yards, 3 touchdowns. Defense player of the game, 5 ducks in an Arden coat. This is a bot by defensive end. Minnesota had himself 5 tackles, 1 sack, and a safety. Over on the Dallas side, Stanzi had his worst game of the year so far, with only 194 yards through the air, but had 4 touchdowns, so it wasn't an awful lot. Still had a 110 rating, because Nardella would have himself a pretty decent game, 16 attempts, 42 yards. Seaosn 11 attempts, 80 yards on the ground. Receiving-wise, Tostovich, first game, he doesn't break 100 yards with 88 yards, and Burton kind of falls off the face of the earth on this one with 49 yards through the air, but did get himself a touchdown. Leroy 26, and tight end Anthony McGuire, rookie, gets 26 yards through the air. On the defensive side, Luke Watterson leading the pack again with 9 tackles, 1 tackles for loss. Saqib Webb, quarterback rookie, 7 tackles. Smith Johnston, rookie, got himself 5 tackles. Another rookie, Falingus, got him 5 tackles, with the rookies on defense holding up their end of the bargain on that side. Well, with 4 weeks in the books and a 500 record, Dallas is getting onto a pretty decent start offensively. They are relying heavily on the dynamic duo of Burton and Tostovich, with Ricky Stanzi slinging that thing around. It's going to be mostly that passing game that's going to keep Dallas offense moving forward on this. So if you can stop that Dallas offense, you have a chance to get out on top of them. Hopefully the running game gets a little bit going towards the middle and end of this season. On the defensive side of the ball, we're seeing a little bit of disappointment there on the defensive line, as they're not producing the way we would hope they would. But I think if they continue moving in the right direction, the rookies keep improving each and every week, Dallas could find themselves again contending for a South Championship and moving into the playoffs. Well, that'll do it for this week with the Dallas Bird Dog Recap Show. This has been Io Torrent. Thanks for joining us. See you next time as we get back to recapping what is Season 30. Have a good one.